Hi everyone, I'm so excited to share with you today how to make green juice, simple green juice with a simple blender. I'm so excited, Shlomo and I are both so excited about this Elo cleanse, and if you're watching this video, it means you've decided to ditch sugar for 21 days and make green juice or some sort of vegetable juice, ideally green juice, every day, at least a liter. And then there's those that are just going to drink juice for 21 days except for Shabbat, and that's really transformative. So you should know we have all these amazing juicers, these vegetable juicers. We have the Champion juicer, which does carrots and beets and hard vegetables, and we have the Twin Gear Green Life juicer, which is the most amazing juicer, and everybody says that's what you need to make green juice, and it's awesome, but it takes forever to clean, and it takes forever to make the juice, and I'm a Jewish woman with a Jewish family and a really busy schedule with Shabbat and Yom Tov, and who has time to clean a juicer? So we realized that you could make, we learned actually how to make juice in a simple blender. And even though we have a Vitamix blender, which is the most amazing blender in the world and my most favorite kitchen tool, and if I had to buy one thing of all kitchen tools, I would buy a Vitamix blender. It's just totally awesome. It's a high performance blender, but you don't even need a Vitamix. You can make the most healing, rejuvenating, cleansing, nourishing green juice, which is what you want, with a simple, inexpensive blender and a nylon bag, a paint strainer bag. And this you can find at Home Depot or some sort of store like that, a hardware store in America. It's a 1 gallon paint strainer bag, and it costs about $2. If you get more, you can get them on Amazon, and we'll tell you in the PDF just which kind to get. They're down to $1 a piece, like you get 6 at a time, or then you can share them with your friends and you can help make them healthier and more vibrant also. So I'll show you how to use this in just a minute, but those are our tools. And an amazing, great chopping board, because when you eat a plant-based diet, you need a great chopping board and a great knife and great vegetables and purified water. And that's it. And we're going to make it. Let's get started. Alright, so let's make juice. So first we're going to start with the harder vegetables, the ginger and the apple. You don't have to use ginger, but I love ginger. I think it makes it really delicious, and ginger is really amazing. So I'm going to put ginger in, but you don't have to if you don't like ginger. And we're just chopping it in small pieces. And then I want to show you this amazing little tool. We actually have had this for over 25 years. It's inexpensive. It's called a dough scraper. And I'm not scraping dough. I'm just making my veggie jobs easier. Next, we're going to do our apple. I like putting apple in for people that are just starting to drink green juice because it sweetens it a little bit. And I use green apple because it's lower in sugars than other apples. And we're making a low sugar, delicious juice. So we'll put our apple in. This is half an apple. And now before we put anything else in, I want to add the water. During this cleanse, we're going to be drinking a quart or a liter of juice every day. And the people that are on the more transformative cleanse that are only drinking juice, except for on Shabbos, they're going to have a minimum of 4 quarts or liters of this juice a day. So we're going to pour, when you make juice pour water, we're going to use about, not half water, but maybe a little more than a third. We need enough enough water to blend the vegetables. So the juice is going to be diluted, but that is just totally fine. It's great. So we're going to put, let's just start with half the water in here right now. And next we're going to do the celery. We're going to use about probably 3 stalks of celery, I would say, and use the leaves and the bottom, the whole stalk. Put some celery in. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just blend it like for a few seconds to get it going. So you see what happened there? It like finally took all the vegetables in and it became sort of a puree. And that's what we're going for. We're going to put a few cucumbers in. I always use cucumbers and celery for the base of a green juice. Now in America, last time we went back to America, we had forgotten how big cucumbers are in America. In Israel we have these cute little cucumbers that are oh so delicious, and so I'm going to use 4 of these. And so maybe if you're in America maybe you'll use two big cucumbers. There's no science to this. It's not really even a recipe. I never use recipes when I make juice. There's really no way to go wrong here. But you want these juicy vegetables so it blends really well, and we're going to blend it a little more now. There we go. And now we're going to add the rest of the water. If you put it all in at the beginning, it just doesn't blend the ginger and the apple quite as well because you've got so much water. But now we have all the water in there that's going to be in the juice. So let's do some more celery. And we're also going to put some kale. I like to take the leaves off the kale stem so that we can put the stems in first and blend those. They're going to just take a little more blending, obviously, than the leaves. So we'll set those aside and chop these stems up real quick. When you have a good chef knife, a good vegetable chef's knife, it's really great for veggies. You don't always have to, well, you never have to use a dough scraper. It just makes things easier. But if you see, when you have a wide blade, it does the same trick. Like, it makes things really easy. I also have some chard, rainbow chard from our garden, and it has a bulkier stem, so we're going to chop that up as well. And we're going to save the leafy parts of the greens for last. So let's just blend this a little more. Alrighty. Now we can just start adding the leafy parts. Whoops. I was going to show you. So I'm going to put in some mint. Mint just makes it really delicious. I love mint. And you could put any herbs that you like in. You could put parsley or cilantro. Whatever sounds good to you. Whatever's green is good. And let's see, we've got some romaine lettuce leaves. So, you know, maybe 4 or 5 romaine lettuce leaves. You can chop those up. it really doesn't matter which greens you use. Besides, you know, using that base of cucumber and celery, just use whatever looks great at the time when you go shopping and what sounds good to you. You can use spinach, you can use kale, you can use chard, lettuce, different kinds of lettuces. Actually, I'm going to first tamp this down with a wooden spoon. I'm going to just use it like a little tamper to get it down to the bottom quicker. And let's put some more greens in. This is the chard. And the kale. This is just easier to do that. Okay, we're getting there. Almost done. You know what? There's one more cucumber that I forgot to put in, so we're just going to put that in. And I'm going to add some fresh grape leaves from out back. The grape leaves are ready, the grapes are ready to harvest this time of year in Israel, and so the grape leaves are just so beautiful, and they're also so nutritious. And I always really love adding something fresh from the land when I make juice. And this is what we have right now, is these wonderful grape leaves. They're a little lemony and a little, they're just really tasty. Tangy maybe, they're just really delicious. So here we go, last blend. And that's it. You know, I threw those grape leaves in, but somewhere else, if you're in America, you could use dandelion greens if you want to be really bold. That would be amazing. Okay, now for the best part. We're going to strain the juice. I forgot to say about the handy dandy little nylon bag that if you live in Israel, we brought back a whole bunch in our suitcase the last time, just for you. So you'll be in touch with us to get this. So now we're going to just, this is how you do it. This is how I do it. So these little paint strainer bags have not this elastic at the top, which is nice, and I put the edge over the bowl. This is a one-person job, so you kind of got to figure out how to do it yourself, but this is what works for me. So I just put this over the bowl like this, and then I use the blender to kind of hold it there, and then I open it up like this with my other two fingers and slowly, carefully keep it over the edge there so you don't lose the pulp into the bowl. Put enough over the edge there. So, and then I'm going to strain no more than half of it the first time. And here we go. This is how simple it is. I started remembering being on the farm and milking cows. It's kind of like milking cows. There's my Kansas farm girl coming out. Look at that green juice. Wow. So amazing. So amazing. So now we're just going to take this pulp and we're going to put it on our compost pile for our future gardens. And we're going to pour, before I just go ahead and pour this first half into the jar. We have our quart or liter jar, and we're just going to carefully pour it. Set that aside and do the second half. Going to put it over the bowl again. There's always some left in the bottom, so I just carefully use my hand to get all the rest out. Glorious green juice. The most healing elixir you'll ever have. It's really amazing stuff. Everybody can be healthy and vibrant with these few simple tools. It's not complicated. Health is not complicated. It's as easy as this. Okay. There we go. Made a little bit more. It's good to make a little bit more because whoever's in the kitchen with you is going to want to try it. And you don't want them drinking your liter of juice. You want to get a full liter in. So now a very important thing is we're going to just leave this here for 1 second. We're going to add some lemon juice, but I don't want to forget about this blender. The best thing, what you want to do is as soon as you're done is just right away, immediately rinse this out, and it's just the quickest cleanup job. It takes just a few seconds. All you have to do is rinse it. Do you know how long it would take me to clean my other fancy schmancy vegetable juicers? That's why I don't use them, and I use a simple blender. So now the last thing is I really love to add lemon juice. It just makes it incredibly delicious, and it helps preserve it, and I just think it's the best. And I already made some lemon juice here. The lemons are very hard in Israel right now because it's not citrus season. So also it was just quicker to make it ahead of time, and limes are amazingly delicious also. So whatever sounds good to you. One other important thing, just like you don't want that pulp to dry on the blender to make your cleaning job hard, you want to do the same thing with the nylon bag. Do it immediately. Otherwise, you're liable to set it down on the counter and forget about it, and then it's, no fun. This is a fun thing, making juice, so just rinse it right away. I turn it inside out, like I said, to get all the pulp off. And then I turn it inside out again. And that's it. And what I do is I actually hang it in my window, my kitchen window right here, and it gets the sun and the air, and it dries very quickly. But you can also, just stick it over a bottle like this to let it air dry. You just want to let it air dry really well. And that's it. Simple. So may this juice cleanse, heal, and rejuvenate every cell in our bodies, and may it leave us radiant, strong, and vibrant for the best Elul ever, that we can transform ourselves, and that our teshuvah brings us closer to God and to each other and to ourselves with greater fulfillment of our divine purpose in the world.